Welcome back to Home Gym Hacks and Reviews. This is part 3 and the conclusion of my 3-part series using the IM2000 for workouts. In part 1, I did an upper body pull workout. In part 2, I did an upper body push workout. And today is a lower body leg day. Stay tuned. For today's workout, I'll be using the Super Bench Pro, the Ironmaster leg extension leg curl attachment, the Ironmaster calf block, the leg press plate attachment, and the 12-11 wedges. I won't be going super heavy on any of today's exercises. Instead, I'm going to focus on quality muscle contractions, deep stretches, and muscular fatigue. I'm going to start today's leg workout with a front heel elevated, rear foot elevated lunge, starting with my weak side first, and with just the weight of the bar to make sure the wedges are positioned properly. About 10 to 12 repetitions per side. Second warm-up set is 2 25s. Now for my first work set, which is 2 45s. The weight of the bar is 36 pounds with the Olympic sleeve adapters.
I started today's session with lunges to prioritize single leg training and also to fatigue my muscles so I don't need to go as heavy on my second exercise. I removed the 45-pound plates from the lower plate posts so that I could put my foot on the back of the frame and get a greater range of motion with this exercise. I could also put my foot on the plate post, but I would need to elevate my front foot for a more natural range of motion.
I rested a minute. Now it's time for the right side.
I am using the 12-11 wedges, which sell for $75 on Amazon. They have a 17-degree incline, and they have up to a 2 5/8 inch lift. They have an 800-pound weight capacity. They're made from US steel, and they are stackable. I showed them in one of my videos, ranking my favorite pieces of home gym equipment under $100.
Time for set number 2 and the final set for this exercise. My back foot was sliding a little bit on that first set, so hopefully it stays put a little bit better here.
In the future, I may put some grip tape on the back of the frame because I do like this exercise and it is one that I want to incorporate more often, but I can't have my foot slipping around like it was on that first set.
Now I've got to get 5 with my strong leg, which shouldn't be a problem, which is why the weak side goes first.
For anyone who is new to strength training, the reason I am using these wedges is so that I can elevate my heel and make these exercises more quad dominant.
My second exercise for quads is a closed stance heel elevated squat. I didn't even move the wedges from my previous exercise, and just warming up with a band on each side. So again, the band offers eccentric overload, and it makes the exercise a little bit harder where I'm strongest, which is this portion of the movement, and it decreases the resistance down here where I'm weakest. Warm up set number 2, 2 25s. Here's how I have the band set up. First work set, 2 45s and 2 red bands.
These are the Pro Mini Bands from Elite FTS. I use these bands for a lot of different exercises, but especially for my warm-ups. They sell for $9.95 a piece, and the resistance ranges from 25.5 pounds to 53.8 pounds of tension. The IM2000 has a 1,000 pound weight capacity, so I never need to worry about exceeding the capacity of this machine. Also, the IM2000 has a vertical bar path, which is my preferred style of Smith machine.
Set number 2, and the last set for this exercise.
As I've mentioned before, I am extremely cautious with my lower back, and typically I don't put a barbell on my back and do any type of squat exercise. However, with the wedges in place, it seems to take a lot of stress off my lower back as long as I don't go too heavy. And for me, this is an example of training harder and smarter because I'm able to get a good burn in the belly of the quadriceps by using the bands and the wedges without going too heavy.
One more. My quadriceps are nicely fatigued after those first two exercises. Now I'm going to move on to a one-leg leg extension, warming up with just a 25. And I don't have to go super heavy on this exercise to make it effective, especially by doing one leg at a time. My first work set is 2 25s.
The leg extension leg curl attachment sells for $199. It has a 200-pound weight capacity. And for me, no matter how heavy I go, I never experience any knee pain with this attachment. One of the things that I really like about it is that the front foot of the attachment makes contact with the ground, which ensures the opposite end of the bench doesn't raise up when you go super heavy. And I won't play this set the whole way through.
I got 20 repetitions on my weak side, which is what I was shooting for. So the next time I do this exercise, I'll go up by a 2.5 or maybe even a 5.
I won't play this set the whole way through, but I matched my left side and got 20. And for anyone who's wondering, the clicking is simply the plates on the plate post.
I got 20 repetitions with each leg. I immediately jumped up 35 pounds, and now I'm going to do a burnout set. But I'm going to make these really quality repetitions where I get a good squeeze here and lower slowly. And I'll do as many repetitions as I can, and that might be 20, 30, or 40. We'll just see how it goes.
I won't play this set the whole way through because it went on for 30 repetitions, 30 painful repetitions.
All of my direct quad work is done for the day. Now I'm moving on to hamstrings, starting with the prone leg curl. Warm-up set, just 25 pounds. Warm-up set number 2, 2 25s. I'll make 65 pounds my first work set.
Like the leg extension, the leg curl is very comfortable. No matter how heavy I go, I never experience any knee pain. Basically, it just fits me perfectly. And luckily, the frame of the bench is elevated ever so slightly because of the rubber end caps, which allows me to put my fingers under the frame and hold on tightly. I won't play this set the whole way through because I think your time is valuable.
I rested about 1.5 minutes, and I got 12 repetitions on set number 1. Now for set number 2 and the final set for this exercise.
I won't play this set the whole way through, but I got 9.
Now I'm moving on to some hip extensions with the hypercore attachment, the cable tower seat. I have a revolving D-ring handle, and right now just the weight of the bar. First work set, 2 10s.
The hypercore attachment sells for $259. It can attach to the bench, or you can get the cable tower seat. This is a 41-degree hyperextension when in the Super Bench Pro, and it has a 300-pound weight capacity. I do have a review for this piece if you want to know any more about it. To ensure the hypercore doesn't slide forward as I'm doing this exercise, I have a couple of pre-cut stall mats stacked and placed between the IM2000 and the cable tower seat.
Second and final set for this exercise, again 2 10s.
My goal with this exercise is to work the hamstrings and glutes and not really tax the lower back. And the cue that I'm using here is driving my hips into the pads of the hypercore attachment. I won't play this set the whole way through, but I got 10.
My next exercise is a glute bridge, and I'll just warm up with the same weight that I finished with on the last exercise. My first work set is 2 45s.
The glute bridge has a shorter range of motion than the hip thrust, and I am really focusing on squeezing my glutes during this exercise.
I got 15 repetitions on set number 1. I rested a minute on to set number 2, and the final set for this exercise, 2 45s again.
I won't play this set the whole way through, but I got 12.
Moving on to calves with the leg press plate. I have 2 45s on here. The bench is at a slight decline. Here's how the leg press plate is attached to the Smith bar. Warm up set 2, 2 more 35s. Work set number 1, 245s, 235s, and 225s.
The leg press plate sells for $99. It's 5¼ inches wide. There isn't a weight capacity listed for this piece on the website or on the instruction manual, but I assume that it's a 1,000 pound weight capacity as it is with the IM2000.
I got 20 on set number 1, and that set lit my calves up real good. On to set number 2 and the final set for this exercise.
The positioning of this exercise reminds me a lot of the donkey calf raise, and it gives me a real good stretch in the bottom position, and I won't play this set the whole way through, but I got 18.
My last exercise today is going to be a seated calf raise. I have the Ironmaster calf block in place. I have a squat pad on the bar just to make the exercise a little more comfortable. The bench is at a slight decline, and my first warm-up set is 245s. This calf block looks really nice. The welds are really clean. There's an anti-slip material on the top, and there's an anti-slip material on the feet. I'll make 245s and 235s my work set, and I'll just do one set of these, but I'll go really high repetitions.
The calf block sells for $79. It's 3½ inches tall, 3 inches wide, and 20 inches long. It has a 1,000 pound weight capacity, and the top of it is somewhat rounded, which makes it a very comfortable exercise to perform. This is my first time having an official calf block. I've always used a 2x4 or stacked stall mats, so it's really nice having this piece. I plan to use the calf block for standing calf raises more so than for this exercise, simply because I have the X-Mark Fitness seated calf raise, but for anyone with limited equipment, I just wanted to show that the seated calf raise could be performed with a Smith machine and the calf block.
I hope this 3-part series has been helpful to anyone who is thinking about getting the IM2000, or for anyone who has it and just wants to see someone else use it. Also, even if you don't have the IM2000, hopefully I've given you some exercise ideas that you can apply to your own training. If you found anything in this video helpful, please consider liking and subscribing to this channel. You can also find me on Instagram at Home Gym Hacks and Reviews. I'm also an affiliate for Ironmaster, PowerTech, and Titan, so if any of my videos have helped you, please consider using my affiliate links at no additional cost to you. Take care, everyone.